Hey guys, how you doing today? So I just wanted to make a little video vlog and tell you guys how I'm doing, and also I wanted to make a test video with basically the production or the test quality of the Canon T2i or 550D. Yeah. So in my last vlog video I showed you guys the camera and told you I was getting, doing the photography thing and everything. It's actually really fun. Posted lots of videos, or not videos, pictures up on Facebook and all that stuff. So that's been really fun. And then later now that I've learned like the film aspect or the picture taking aspect of the camera, I decided to look more into the video making aspect of it. So I got the mic jacked in, and I've got the manual video settings, and got everything all balanced, I think, the way I want it to. And so this is sort of a test video, and tell me what you guys think about it, that kind of stuff. So yeah, and I also wanted to tell you what I've been up to as well, because I took kind of a little bit of a break from making the videos, the Learn Free Music Theory videos. So I wanted to tell you guys a little bit of what I was doing. So I guess I was enjoying, driving around in my car in the summer and doing the photography thing. And then I made a couple of videos in September, and then I kind of stopped for a little while. Is mainly because I guess I was getting really kind of adjusting to getting back into teaching. So I was doing piano teaching and stuff like that, and my voice just wasn't ready to do teaching full-time and then also doing the videos. The videos can be really intense on the voice because you're just talking non-stop. So yeah. Anyway, so my voice started to get better, and I was getting a lot more, I had enough energy to do everything, and so I was like, okay, I'm really pumped for this. But also at the same time, I guess I bought these courses or video DVD things. It's from the teaching company down in the United States, and they're called the Great Courses. So I bought a whole bunch of different courses on like how the body works, quantum physics, also the theory, Einstein's relativity theory, and these are like in-depth courses, sort of. Well, they're general in the sense that you can understand them if you don't have a extreme foundation, because they introduce you to the terminology and all that stuff. But they do actually present quite a bit of detail, so it's really cool. And they're done by professors, like the top professors that they would pick in the university that have lots of charisma, and all the students just really like them, and they win awards for teaching and stuff like that. By the way, I'm not paid by them or anything to say this. It's just telling you what I've been up to. And so I bought those things because they're not free. They're pretty pricey, unless you wait for a sale or whatever, which I did. But they're still a fair amount of money, but they're totally worth it, I'd say. The last one that I just watched was done by this lady named Jeanette, and she's a doctor, and she is a neurologist. And so she teaches neurology and I guess future neuroscientists at Vanderbilt University, where she won like an award with I think it was like an honorary chair position or something like that. And so her course, it's like 3 DVDs, each DVD, or not 3 DVDs, it's actually 6 DVDs, and each DVD case is about 6 hours worth of watching. So it's like 18 hours of lectures on the brain that I watched. Plus you get a little book, and well, it's actually a pretty big book, pretty decent size. It's like a little booklet. That's probably the better terminology. So anyway, so there's like the booklet and all that, and so I was watching those courses and learning lots of stuff. Like I also have another one on argumentation, taught by a different guy, and critical decision making by a guy from Harvard Business School. Well, he's a graduate, and he teaches at different, I think, Bryant University. And then there's another guy who taught, game theory, and just lots of cool topics. So I was really enjoying it. And so I was just watching all those things and just kind of, taking it all in, and really kind of just expanding my whole knowledge, not just on music, but I was getting kind of bored in a sense of always doing everything music and everything this music. I wanted to kind of just you know, start expanding a little bit and learning about more things, because most of my life it's just very music centered, but I'd still do some other stuff like play video games and, you know, watch movies and stuff like that. But I didn't really pursue trying to get it like any educational material on like many other topics. So it's cool. Like some of the interesting stuff, like the brain course, it started out with like first learning about the terminology of like what a neuron is and how the dendrites extend from the neuron cell, and then you've got the axon hillock extending from the neuron cell, and then down the then you've got the axon with myelin sheaths, and so an electronic charge is sent down the axon. Depending on the axon's length, then it synapses with a dendrite. So that axon then it has something called like the presynaptic and postsynaptic terminal, and so then there's a clef in between. And so as the electric charge comes down, then you've got basically an influx of calcium and a cascade of chemical reactions that occur, and then the neurotransmitters are basically released, and then they go across and they stimulate the synaptic receptor on the dendrite side, and then that sends a charge down to the neuron. And like that's just the first couple lectures and then they're talking about the terminology, like the front of your head is rostral caudal, and then you've got dorsal ventral, and you've got lateral medial in the middle, and then the different layers of the brain like the diencephalon and so on and so forth. And so that was really cool. And then you learn about like the optic system, so how eyes work, and how it was really cool because I was learning about like photography, so I could kind of appreciate how lenses and stuff like that worked. And so when I heard about, you know, how like the retina is in the back and it has light sensitive, I'd heard about the rods and cones, but I didn't know there's like 120 million rods and like 6 million cones, and that the cones actually just filter wavelengths of light, which makes sense, especially when you learn about like how color photography works and stuff like that. And so that was cool. And you know, learning about how when you're focusing on something in front, it's the lens inside your eyeball squishes up into like a ball, and so to focus closer it squishes up further, and then as you're looking further in the distance it flattens out like a pancake. So it's pretty cool. And so when people are older, you know, they can't read things up close because the lens gets stiff and it's not as flexible anymore because they're older, and so they have to keep holding things further and further away to see. So it was really cool, actually. It gave me lots of insight into different things, and then it went into like the audio cortex, and you know, then it started showing the different cortex lobes. So you have the frontal lobe, the temporal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the parietal lobe up on top. So it's like parietal here, occipital in the back, you've got the temporal over here, and then the frontal there, and then it's divided into other areas called I think it's Brodmann's areas or something like that. And so showing how they're all connected, and then taking different parts and showing how that works, and then how diseases affect certain things, and learning how the brain develops. So you can tell I really like this one. Yeah, I loved it. It was so cool learning about all the different things in it. One that was really cool, like a really cool fact, was that there's 100 billion neurons in the brain, which is supposedly, she was saying that there's 100 billion galaxies that they've found or estimated in the universe. So it's like for all the galaxies out in the universe, it's like you've got one neuron for each of them, and then each neuron has a whole bunch of synaptic connections. It's just like this big tree. And so there's like 100 trillion synaptic connections in your brain that are constantly, you know, going on and going crazy. And so it's just really cool learning about how all that's connected, and loved it a lot. So cool. Another really cool thing was how like the hippocampus and the limbic system, and how those 100 billion neurons, 50 billion of them are actually just in the the cerebellum. And so then there's like one on dreaming and sleep, and another one on how stress affects your body and your brain. And when you stress out, it's part of this, I think it was the amygdala, they were saying. It's sort of in the midbrain, in the center of it. And when you have fear, like say you see like a cheetah and you're like, oh my gosh, right? You know, you have this intense reaction, and it activates a system that actually starts, you know, putting this fear in you, and you instantly get like this adrenaline rush, and that's kind of from the adrenal glands above the kidneys. And so then this cortisol is injected into your bloodstream, and this releases like dopamine and other stuff into your brain, and going through your system, which like you immediately creates like a very awake, very alert state. And also it stimulates your muscles, so that your muscles, you know, you can move just so much faster, jump higher, lift things that you normally couldn't, maybe up to about 10 times what you normally could do. So it's like you're superhuman almost, or at least you're super what you used to be. I'm super Andrew, if I was scared or whatever. So anyway, so it's really cool learning about that, and then what happens when you have stress over time. So if you have chronic stress, this thing continues all the time, and this cortisol is going through your bloodstream, and if you keep getting stressed out and chronically stressed, this cortisol will actually produce scars in your veins and your blood vessels, and so that then the scar causes a place where there's friction, and then plaque starts to develop, and then it starts blocking arteries, and then it can also do damage to the muscle tissue in the heart, and cortisol actually binds with neurons in the hippocampus, and actually kills them over time. So there's so many side effects to being overstressed. Also another one is your body supposedly shuts off an immune system reaction, like it shuts down your immune system, not totally, but lowers it down so that you can use more energy. Like, I'm not a doctor, right? This is just kind of stuff that I've heard and I'm repeating. Anyway though, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say, is just let's de-stress and try to find more times in your life where you just stop, smell the roses sort of thing, and, you know, take a sleep and, you know, be active and play sports, or, you know, live a more happy life, because it will take years off your life probably. I mean, if it has that big of an effect, it's going to do some negative damage to your body for sure. So that's what I wanted to talk about, and I've been learning lots of cool things like that. And yeah, so I've actually been filming a lot more videos. I filmed several in the last couple days. I'm going to try to get level 3 finished in the next couple weeks here. But I'm trying to enjoy it while it goes on, and then after that, just chill out, have some fun. I also got Gran Turismo 5, and I'm really, really pumped to play it. But I don't have a PS3, and I don't even have a TV that was good enough to play it on, so I have to go buy a PS3, and I'm gonna have to look for like a big screen TV to play it on, because yeah, I love Gran Turismo so much. I love it so much. But anyway, yeah, so I'll talk to you guys later, and let me know what you guys think about the video quality of this camera. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.